Only God knows what you've done to contribute to the kingdom of God. The whole world is not going to know your story, your contribution, your sacrifice, and what you've done. Now, many of you will relate to this because you will sit there, you will know that you've done something for the Lord, but you just are not going to get the credit ever. But God knows. Recently in Alaska, a couple of helicopters collided and some of the soldiers died, and this is what they're saying. But a lot of people who have been giving their, I don't want to say even alternative side to the story, but the way that it works apparently in the military is that when they say it's a training exercise, somebody passed away from some disaster and they want to make it from an optics point of view into the public limelight as that being the official narrative. Really what happened was that they were on some covert, some black ops, or some sensitive, right, national security sensitive mission, and their sacrifice is being written off as a exercise, a training exercise. And people are going to judge it as being reckless and all that stuff. But really, they were fighting a big war. Now, in Alaska, this happened, and people are saying that this is just part of, the bigger scope of work that's being done right now, which is to rescue the children going into the DUMBs, the deep underground military bases, many other things. And who knows, right? I'm not claiming to know that that's fact or what's going on. The point is that a lot of people are giving more and more overt, more and more just knowledge, snippets of information, of news, of just this massive operation that's going on. Because what's true is that there are trafficked kids. There is human sacrifice and human child sacrifices, and just this harvesting, whether it's adrenochrome, whether it's just slavery in general. Many things are happening behind the scenes. This is fact, right? And the question of how much is the military, how much are people that are doing work behind the scenes that nobody's seeing, how much are these people being led to believe that their work is done in vain, or that they made a huge sacrifice for the country, for humanity in general? I'm here to say that many of you are going through the same thing. Nobody's going to know your work. No one's going to know the detail behind what you've done and how critical it was to contribute to not only the kingdom of God, but society, and just the move that we are going towards in terms of freedom or liberation, of advancing the kingdom work of God, of establishing, upholding righteousness, all these things. I want to encourage you, even if nobody sees you, even if you go to your grave and people will look at you as this nut, crazy, whatever, or their life was in vain, or they don't know your full story, just know it's okay, because God, He knows your full story. Your credit, your reward is in heaven, and not everybody needs to know all the details at this time. And so even if you're secrecy, right, because of national security, because of the overall objective, you don't want to compromise it, you don't want to sabotage it, whatever it is, all these things, they're happening, and it's okay for it to happen in secrecy, partiality, without people knowing. God will use this for big stuff. God will use the sacrifice that you have made, the time that you have given towards the objective, towards the kingdom advancement of everything that's going on. And so I'm not here to claim that I know what happened with these military things, but it's just a point that I'm making, that many things are going on behind the scenes. People will look at somebody, political figure, a leader in some area, some general, whoever it is, and because they have a greater, deeper mission, on the outside, other people are going to look at them, pointing fingers, judging, doing all these different things, not realizing that they have something much bigger, much deeper, a sacrifice that they're giving towards their country, towards this kingdom advancement. And you don't need to know. People are not going to realize and understand the gravity of how much work these people are doing. And so whether you are a soldier, whether you are a lay worker, whether you are a minister, whether you are a citizen of your own household, your own family, whatever it is that you are doing for the kingdom work of God, just know you are in good hands. Only one person that you need to answer to is the Lord. You will have an audience of one. He sees it, He knows it, He understands, He measures, He scales, He quantifies all these things. And it's between you and the Lord, and that's all that matters. So just want to give you guys this quick encouraging word. Love you guys. More is to come. My point is twofold. There's many things going on that God is using behind the scenes. He's working. He's advancing. Greater things are to come. But also, as you are doing your part, as you are advancing the mission that God has given you, take heart. You are doing things that are pleasing to the Lord. If you are in tune with him, if you are actually doing what God has called you to do. So love you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.